Well, good afternoon and welcome to Rural Communities Affinity Group, our meet and greet. We wanted to visit with you today and just give you a little information about what our Rural Affinity Group is and how you can join it and the ways that we can help you. What I first want to do is I want to share my screen with you, and I'm going to take you to our website page from NCTC, where you can actually see our Rural Community Affinity Group webpage. So let me share my screen. And so now on the screen, what you're seeing is when you go, a couple of ways you can get to this. You can go to our homepage and you can go to nctc.edu, and in the little search bar, you can type in affinity groups. When that pops up, just hit enter and this will take you to our groups. If you go to the main page, you'll have a definition of actually what an affinity group is. And if you scroll on down, you'll see all the different affinity groups that we have. But in particular, we're going to be talking about our group today, which you should be a part of, is the rural communities. If you're a college student and you live far from the city or you live in a rural area, you may have limited access to tools that help you to be successful, like finding a good job, having the job market, a good daycare, food, how to get food for you and your family, lots of different resources. Sometimes living in a small town and a small community, access to these things make it difficult and a little bit harder on us to be successful. So we understand that. And so that is why we formed our Rural Affinity Group. This is to connect students that are alike, that live in rural areas, and how they can connect with each other and build a community. And they can talk back and forth, and they can have that connection to help each other with resources and to use us as mentors to be able to help you find resources. On the page, you'll find our main page, and then if you click resources in this spot here, we have lots of different resources available to help you. There's our NCTC COVID resources. We have our community resources, and if we click there, on the community resources, we have compiled a list of things that can help you in so many areas of your life. We have alcohol and drug abuse services. We have child care resources, food services and food banks, health care, pregnancy, homelessness, housing, legal, mental health, rape, relationship violence, all of these things that you can find on this page. That's an awesome resource to have. And let's see, figure out how I can get this back. Okay. And then we also have another tab that you can click on that takes you to our awareness page. On our awareness page, we have the different topics that our awareness group works with to give you those resources. We have Black History Month, Sexual Assault, Mental Health Month. From each one of these topics, you can click. Like, for instance, if I need information on sexual assault, I can click that. And when I do, it tells me what is sexual assault, what can I do if I'm experiencing that or I need help or resources, what to do after an assault. There are statistics available. And as you continue down each one of the pages, you'll find our resources. So in each one of those topics we saw earlier, then you can click on the box, and from there you will get a definition, what that means, resources available, and things there to help you. Also, there is a box that you can click for student organizations, and from there you'll see the different groups that students can join. Our honor societies, and you can click on each link from there, the different student organizations, and lots of great information for you there. If you'll continue with me on the page, how can I connect to an affinity group? Well, if you want to connect to any one of them, you can come to this box here and you can get the NCTC app. That's one way to find the app is go to the page I just showed you. You can click on get the app. And then here are your directions of how I can get the app and the ways that I can download that. You can access your campus information there, keep up with your classes assignments. You can join discussions with peers, chat with your friends, and most importantly, with this discussion, is join our affinity group. So that's a great way to get connected with your peers. On further down the page, you'll meet your mentors, and that's who we are today with our meet and greet. I'm Sharice Bewley, and I'm the mentor for the Graham area, and I'm going to introduce Desiree Dratlow, Chester Brown, and James Jones. So right now, I am going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to turn it over to Miss Desiree Dratlow. Desiree, can you introduce yourself and let them meet you? And would you greet our rural affinity students?
Hello, I'm Desiree Dratlow. I work on the Bowie campus for the Completion Center. I'm a success coach. I think this is a great way for students to be able to connect with one another who are like-minded and struggle with the same difficulties that a lot of students have in rural areas. But today I really wanted to focus on some resources that should be helpful with the holidays, especially when it comes to food. So the Bowie Baptist Mission is a great resource. They hand out food every Thursday. And then we have the First Free Baptist Church. They have a God's table, and they host that every 6 nights a week from 5 to 6, where you can go in and get a warm meal. No questions asked. You just go in and have a meal. And then also in the Nakona area, Nakona Ministries helps with their food service also. But we encourage you all to join, and hopefully we can provide you with resources that are going to make you more successful in college and build a great network with people.
And Desiree, how can they get in touch with you, the students?
Of course, you can go to the Affinity page and find me there. Probably the easiest way is to email me at ddratlow@nctc.edu, and that's ddratlo@nctc.edu. And then I was trying to remember what my text number was. It is, I don't have it memorized, 940-202-2978 and 940-872-4002 extension 5227 is how you can get me by phone.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Chester, would you like to introduce yourself and meet and greet our students?
Yes, hello, good afternoon. I'm at the Gainesville campus on Wednesday and Thursday, and I serve the areas around Gainesville from St. Joe to Munster, Lindsay, Myra, Era, Valley View, Oak Ridge, Callisburg, Woodbridge, Lake Kiowa, Sanger, and all the way up into Oklahoma, Ardmore. And the thing to really understand besides these resources, we have food pantries in Gainesville as well. Living Word Ministries, Visto, and Sacred Heart Food Pantry. The way they get in contact is once you decide, so there's a word called decision. We go back to the Latin, it's called decar, which means to cut. So when you make that decision to come to NCTC, your first steps are going to be engaging the website. Once you get on the website, then you have to decide what you're going to do in terms of admissions. And then you'll need to have your transcripts, your TSI scores if you can use a degree, and then a meningitis vaccine verification if you're under 22, and then financial aid. So those are kind of the things that I usually go over and over. I'm an education and employment coach for Tech Hire, and I'm also a success coach for Perkins working with CTE programs in Gainesville. So the biggest thing to have once you learn about all these resources, there is a resource that is online, and it's kind of amazing when you think about it. Share, there it is. So we have student services. And within student services, here's where you'll find most of us in counseling and advising. You'll find us there. And then once you become a student and you have a username and your password is updated, then you can come to log into Canvas. And in Canvas, there's all NC students and advising. Here are basically resources on how to meet your advisor. Some of our students do not know who their advisors are. There are tips on how to navigate my NCTC, and there are college hacks for every student who needs to know in terms of additional student resources, which we've been sharing with you today. So that's kind of a nutshell in terms of what's available once you become a student in NCTC. So in other words, you find out who your advisor is, learn about the tips, learn how to navigate, engage the resources, and then become a member of our group. Because when you become a member of our group, then what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you, do you have a plan? Do you have a plan on what you're going to be doing here at NCTC? Are you prepared for what we're going to give you here at NCTC? Because you're going to gain two things. You're going to gain skills and gain knowledge. Those two integrate together like this. So what it comes down to is I'm going to ask you, what's your end in mind? What do you want to do when you're done? And how can we help you get there? And I think that's what all of us do in terms of success coaches, enrollment guides, and all the different names that we have. I think we're always there for you. So I just want to welcome you and hope you join us. Thank you.
Chester, I would like to ask one question, only because I did have a rural student ask me today about Tech Hire. Could you give us a quick rundown for students of what is Tech Hire and how could that help any one of our students in a rural area?
Okay, so number one, Tech Hire is a Department of Labor grant. We had to partner up with 22 North Central Texas communities for us to get this grant. And a Department of Labor grant is designed for, this Tech Hire grant is designed for two things: removing barriers to education and to employment. The barriers, there's a whole list. You see this paper right behind me? There's
Yes.
a whole list of barriers right there. The main barriers that students qualify for Tech Hire is unemployment, underemployment. Underemployment means you might be pulling tickets at a movie theater but want to be a welder or cybersecurity or working in equine industry or becoming a nurse or working in cybersecurity. So that is how you qualify. There's other barriers that are there, being a single parent, a single dad, a single mom, having different challenges, transportation, getting to work, finding childcare. So these are all the things that we take into account with Tech Hire. So it's not necessarily a financially, I don't make that much money. It's not based on that. It's based on the barrier of what's getting in the way of you being able to come to NCTC and start training and start getting a skill so you can employ yourself and start providing for your family, which is the big goal about this Tech Hire grant. We have one more, I think we have one more semester and part of a summer until our funding ends, I believe, at the end of June. However, I think we're going to go to the end of August. So if you have any questions, you can always go on the website and then just hit that little magnifying glass and write in Tech Hire, TECHHIRE, Tech Hire.
Awesome.
And we will assist you as best as you can.
Awesome. And Chester, would you mind going ahead and just giving them maybe your direct phone number at work and email as well?
Okay, my direct phone number is 940-668-7731, extension 4912. And my email is the letter C as in cat and the color brown, cbrown@nctc.edu.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And James, would you please meet and greet our rural community students?
All right, I'm James Jones. I teach history and humanities at NCTC. I am primarily on the Gainesville campus, but I teach online, teach dual credit. I've been at NCTC 10 years now. And I wanted to be a part of the rural student group because I live out in unincorporated territory in Cook County, and I know firsthand the struggles that these rural students are going through. You have trouble getting internet access at your house. Trust me, I know. I spent days trying to find somebody to get access. And so I get it, and I understand the very unique situation that your rural students face. I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of the resources that are available, But I'm very good at two things. I'm good at listening, and I'm good at finding information. So I'm somebody that you can come to. Bring me your questions, your concerns, and I will help you come up with a plan, and we will try to find the best solution that we possibly can. And when I don't know an answer, I will take you to somebody who does, and that's my promise to you. Now I'm not on campus in spring 2021, but like I said, I live in Cook County, and I'm always available. You can call me at 940-301-1571, or you can email me at jcjones@nctc.edu.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. And you're exactly right. We may not have every answer right at the beginning, but we will do our definite best to find that answer and connect students with those resources that they need. One reason why we wanted to do this meet and greet also is to let you see our faces, to let you know that this wonderful affinity group is out there. Yes, you may be a rural student, but maybe you also want to join the Students with Children group. Maybe you are Latin and you want to join the Latinx, I never can say that word right, affinity group. You can join more than one affinity group. We want you to fit in where you feel best and use those resources and connect with those students that are like you, because each one of us are individual and each one of us puts something special in that world, and each one of us may belong to several groups, and that's fine. That's what this entire affinity group is all about, is connecting students who are like you in many different areas to help you. We do want to remind our students that are going to be watching this to treat each other with respect, because that's what we're in there for. And if you join the group, then you are self-identifying with that group, and you wouldn't want someone to treat you badly or make remarks. You want to treat others in that group like you would want to be treated. And remember that each one of us can bring something to the table that maybe you hadn't thought of. Somebody has got a wealth of information that might be beneficial to you. And think of all the connections you can make with other students to be able to share your information. We would like to hear from you as to the events that we're going to be hosting, and we'll be doing WebEx events. We would like to hear from you as to what you would like to see from us. Is there a topic that you would like more information on, something that we could spend 30 minutes on and visiting with you about and connecting you with resources? You can, again, go to our webpage that I showed you before. Look, you can email any one of us mentors, and if we're not the right one to help you, then we'll get you to the right one who will. And you can call us. We're on some of us are on our campuses, but you can call the numbers that are listed. And word of mouth, get more people to join, and let's make a difference in our rural communities. Did anyone have anything else we might like to add? Not at this time? Okay, well, once again, we want to thank you for coming to our meet and greet rural affinity groups. And we hope that we can serve you in the future. We hope that you'll connect with each other and build those references and resources, and you may even find a friend along the way. So again, thank you for joining, and we will see you in December, because we will be doing an event in December, and we'll keep you posted. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in December.